Okay, for our next exercise, we're going to use the gradient window again, this time to create this red-orange sphere. And this time, instead of a linear gradient, we're going to use a radial gradient. Let's begin by drawing a circle, holding down the Shift and Option keys. We'll, drag with the ellipse tool. And we can remove the stroke. And click on the gradient slider, and that will apply the default gradient, a horizontal linear gradient from white to black. And we're going to switch that to a radial gradient by pulling down from the Type window in the gradient window to radial. And now we have our lightest point in the center of the gradient out to black around the outside edge. So let's adjust the colors in our gradient to match the gradient on the left, and then we'll use the gradient annotator to place it so that our highlight is now in the upper left, creating the illusion of a light source in the upper left, and our darkest tone will be here on the lower right-hand side. So the highlight of this here on the left is a yellow color. So I'll add a yellow tone at that highlight, and our darkest tone is a deep red. So I'll add a red color, 100% magenta, 100% yellow. Might be a bit too much yellow in the highlight. And we've got a little bit of a suggestion of a secondary light source here, or reflected light. So I'm going to bring in my deepest tone just a bit and click to add a new color stop on the outside edge, and we'll lighten that tone. And then you can see in the sample that we've got a nice yellow highlight and then a short transition to an orange color just outside the highlight. So I'm going to click to create a new color stop just to the right of that highlight. And we'll give ourselves a richer orange color. And then we'll adjust the midpoint to give ourselves that short transition between the highlight and the deep orange color just outside. So it looks like our colors are matching up pretty nicely to the sample. Now we just need to use the annotator to place that gradient on the circle so it resembles this sample on the left. So we'll click on the gradient tool in the toolbar. And you can see the annotator already shows up in place. We want to click and drag to recalibrate that gradient. So I'm going to start at the center point of my gradient up here in the upper left and drag to the outside edge. And that should place this gradient right where we want it. Now we can adjust that annotator to reposition that gradient. And adjust the size of that highlight's a little big. I'll close that up just a bit. And it looks like we are just about where we want to be. We can rotate and resize that annotator if need be. But it looks like we came pretty close.